Good morning. Hi, I'm Raleigh Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 373. I welcome you. Thank you for joining me. Keith Shaw, first man in here. And I have a bunch of songs for you today. We're going to do an extended concert. I'm going to get in as many requests as I can. That's a few. We have about 7 tunes here, and I'm going to do one medley that could help out. So Keith is here, Rhonda Scott Merrick, Mike Verbick, Tom Dietz, Warren Bendler and Janelle, Linda Pasqua Blaze, Toby Simmons from the West Coast, Ken and Supa from out in Washington. Thanks for coming, guys. Slim Edelman is here, and Bob McKenna, Carol Pred, Karen Beatty, my dear friend, and Rosemary Ross is here, not invisible still, and Pam Zappardino, Michael Tierson, Charlie Bryant, another Keith Shaw, Ann Caston, hi Annie, and Mike Verbick again, and Bernd Bachmann, hi Bernd, your CD is somewhere in the air, it's on its way to Germany, I don't know how long it'll take to get there. Kate Petrella, John Sauer, Jim Moore, Debbie Moore, no relation. Debbie got her CDs. So CDs went out. Almost everything that has been ordered has been shipped. In fact, I think everything. And Brian Kuiper's here, and Ann Mintz, and Dorothy Holland in Santa Fe, and Bob McKenna. I said Marshall Lowe, Charlie Bryant. He got his. And Sharon Lee, a.k.a. Sharon Saki Lips, my dear. And Margie Sprouse is here on her own. And I assume John is at church. And Terry Linder is here, and Dakota Dave. And I better get going, or you guys will all get bored. So. Well, I can't believe the things that I'm seeing. I'm wondering about some things I heard. Everybody's crying mercy when nobody knows the meaning of the word. A bad enough situation is sure enough getting worse. Everybody's crying justice, just as long as there's business first. It's toe-to-toe, touch and go. Give a cheer and grab your souvenir. There's people running round in circles. They don't know where they're headed for. Everybody's crying peace on earth just as soon as we win this war. Straight ahead, knock 'em dead. Just grab your kit and choose your hypocrite. Now you don't have to go to Off-Broadway to see something plain absurd. Everybody's crying mercy when nobody knows the meaning of the word. Yes, nobody knows the meaning of the word. Mose Allison, everybody's crying mercy. And as you guys know, I try to keep politics out of these little shows. I want them to be a respite from that. But there's also philosophy, and everybody's crying mercy is a little bit about philosophy. And I saw my brother on here, Richard Brown. Let me find him here because I saw that he invoked the name of Phil Oakes somewhere there. I'm scrolling. Alex Bevan is here. It says, sing some Phil Oakes. I will do that before the show is over, Rich. I had already planned it. You and I, same DNA. We thought the same thing. And getting notes from people who are enjoying the CDs. Thank you for ordering them. If you want to get one of the new CDs, Raleigh Brown Songwriter, you can order it at raleigh.brown.bandcamp, bandcamp.com. And just go there and you can download just a digital version if you like, if you're not accumulating CDs anymore. Or you can get the CD, and that includes the digital version until your CD arrives. Okay, so I neglected to cloink you. I cloink you a good Sunday morning. Many Sunday mornings we cloinked with our friend Guy Davis. And Guy has gotten busy with other stuff, so he's not on anymore. The Kokomo Kid is no more most of the time. I think he shows up once in a while. So Michael Tierson, Dave Mason's here from Scotland. Cozy is here, but has to leave soon, but wanted to say hi, and I appreciate that. John Kazan. John, your CD went out yesterday, I'm pretty sure. And Terry Leonino of Magpie, you sweetheart. And Ken Terrell over in Fulham, UK. We see a lot of people here, and I kind of was looking back at one of my Diane Holbrook. I think I talk too much. I gotta get. I spend too much time reading names and scrolling. So, Dave Fry is here, and Dave Fry and I are going to see each other today. I'm going to see real live humans, people who are three-dimensional, because Dave and I are going to tape for the Percy Patchworks Coffee House. We're going to tape a concert this afternoon, and then that concert will be live streamed, semi-live streamed on March 18th or 19th, I think. I can actually find out here for you. Speaking of not talking too much, I'll talk some more. How's that? March 19th, Saturday, March 19th. In the evening, I think, and they live stream this concert, and then it's pre-recorded, but I'll be there on the chat so we can say hi to each other, and I think Dave will be there too. And let me get my ducks in a row here again. The next tune I'm going to do has a couple names, I think. It was requested by David Arthur Ratcliffe, who's one of my British fans. And he's I've never met David in person, but he's a character. He had a lovely little dog named Maddie who has since passed away. And he requested this tune, Reverend Gary Davis tune called Buck Rag. And there's a tune called Buck Dance, which I just played recently. And I knew that something had been called Buck Rag, but I couldn't remember what. So I went on Google or YouTube. I went on YouTube and found it. And it turns out there's an instrumental version of a tune that commonly gets called Sally, Where'd You Get Your Liquor From? And Reverend Davis recorded an instrumental of it. And as was often the case, the people putting out the record didn't know what to call it. So they said, well, we'll call it Buck Rag, At least I think that's the case, unless Stefan Grossman might have actually known that it was Buck Rag. Anyhow, this is it. Buck Rag. Chris Medley says, I looked up Buck Rag to find out who wrote it. Oh, well, we will. I'll let folks read that. I didn't know that story. So Buck Dance, I always thought referred to. I think this may be Chris. This may be a what's it called? A canard, a red herring, because I think that a buck dance was a dance. A dance done by just men. So it's like clog dancing where it was just guys doing it. And I think Buck Rag, the name refers to that. I don't think it refers to the thing you're talking about. I can't imagine it. Oliver Copeland's here, woohoo. And let's see what else here, just quickly. Peter Williamson, who's also Peter Lips. And it's good to have you guys here. So let me see what I got next. So next up, this was a request by Rich Laughlin, who's another old friend of mine. Rich used to run a coffee house at Peace Valley Nature Center at Lake Galena, right here near Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And many times I played there way, way back, probably 1981 or 82. And this is a song I wrote back around in the 70s. It's not on the CD. It just wasn't the right mood for this CD. But this was a song. I worked with a guy. I worked for a couple years in the accounting department of a small veterinary pharmaceutical company. And the assistant controller, whose name was Gene, he once came in to me and because I was the only hippie in the place, he came up to me and he said, he said, I hate this job. He said, what I really wish I could do was go down to Florida and get a job at Disney World dressing up as Mickey Mouse. And this kind of took me by surprise. He was a very straight arrow guy, three-piece suit, razor cut hair, the whole bit. And I said, oh, yeah, that's interesting. And I wrote this song, so here it is. Well, I'm giving my notice, gonna leave in 2 weeks. I never have liked working here in the office so often. It feels like a coffin. Just lately it's all come quite clear. And I'm packing my bags, gonna go where it's warm and work outside all of the time. This addition and subtraction drives me to distraction, and I'm rapidly losing my mind. When you're Mickey Mouse, you don't need a house. A trailer could work out just fine. With Pluto and Minnie and a boss like Walt Disney, I know we'll have fun in the sun all the time. Well, I explained to my wife she can come if she wants, but I'll go with her or alone. I'll be at Disneyland with 3 fingers per hand, and my ears will have certainly grown. And in my little short pants, I can tell Walter Lance that he can take his woodpecker and shove, 'cause it gets mighty tricky competing with Mickey. He's the mammal that most people love. When you're Mickey Mouse, you don't need a house. A trailer can work out just fine. With Pluto and Minnie and a boss like Walt Disney, I know we'll have fun in the sun all the time. Well, I've made my decision, I've thought it all out. Some folks might think it's unwise when you start out an accountant and end up a rodent. It's a step down in most people's eyes. So you might think I'm crazy to go work for Walt, but I think I'm nuts if I stay to absorb all this tension while I wait for my pension, while my whole life goes drifting away. When you're Mickey Mouse, you don't need a house. A trailer could work out just fine with Pluto and Minnie and a boss like Walt Disney. I know we'll have fun in the sun all the time. Fun in the sun, fun in the sun, fun in the sun all the time. So that's called Mickey Mouse. I was never sued by Disney for it because I'm such small potatoes, they probably don't even know it ever existed. It's one of Janice's favorites of mine. And I know my buddy Steve Black down in Florida, if he's listening, I know he likes it too. Hey, there's Jim Moran. Thanks, Junebug, for getting Jim up early so he could watch this. Jeanette Pasqua is late. You can watch the replay. Bunny Barnes is here. Frank Mato is here. Anyhow, everybody's here. So we will just continue. Next up, before I do the announcements, I'll do another tune. And this tune also has a couple different names. It's called Corcovado, and it's also called, I don't know if that's an exact translation, but it's also called Quiet Nights. And it's a Jobim tune. And I thought Carol Pred had requested it, but I looked back and it was Rhonda Scott Merrick who requested it. And well, let's hope I can get through it. that's Corcovado by Antonio Carlos Jobim. And let me make a couple announcements. I want to say hello to the Invisibles. Rosemary Ross, of course, is here. Linda Worster, her request is coming up next, so I hope Linda's here. Pardon me. That's the coffee talking. And Judith Fox, if she's here, and Kate Mack. And Kit Serikaku is probably asleep. And Invisible Rubenstein, if he's here, and Mario Prue, and Joel Biget. And those are the only ones who pop right to mind. I think that covers everybody because some of you are, Rosemary made it. She made it into the real world. She exists. So anyhow, for Linda Worster, she had requested a Tom Waits song. And the truth of the matter is that while I really love Tom Waits, I don't do that much Tom Waits. I do, once in a while, I'll do Big Joe and Phantom 309, which is actually not a Tom Waits song. It's one he covered. I do Drunk on the Moon, which I just did fairly recently. And good, Warren says Linda is here. And this one I used to do a long time ago, and it's kind of taken on a new meaning for me. So here we go. This is Tom Waits' tune. Well, all my friends are married, every Tom and Dick and Harry. You must be strong if you're to go it alone. Here's to the bachelors and the Bowery bums, those who think that they're the ones who are better off without a wife. I've been sleeping till the crack of noon and midnight howling at the moon. Going out when I want to, and coming home when I please. I don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing, and I don't ever have to ask for the keys. Now I ain't never been no Valentino, but I had a girl who lived in Reno. She left me for a trumpet player, but it didn't get me down, 'cause he was wanted for assault, and though he claimed it weren't his fault, the coppers ran him right out of town. I've been sleeping till the crack of noon and midnight howling at the moon, going out when I want to and coming home when I please. Don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing, and I don't ever have to ask for the keys. Now, I'm kind of selfish about my privacy, as long as I can be with me. Well, we get along so well, I can't believe. I love to chew the fat with folks, and I'll listen to all your dirty jokes. I'm so thankful for these friends I do receive. I've been sleeping till the crack of noon, midnight howling at the moon, going out when I want to, and I'll be coming home when I please. Don't have to ask permission if I want to go out fishing, and I don't ever have to ask for the keys, for the keys. Better Off Without a Wife by Tom Waits. And You may note that since it was a Linda Worcester request, the Linda Worcester chord was the ending chord for that one. So I've said hi to the Invisibles. There is a link there if you would like to PayPal me some money. It's always welcome. And I already mentioned you can find the new CD at rolliebrown.bandcamp.com. I'll tell you a little more about this concert that'll be coming up on March 19th. Dave Fry is a dear old friend who is one of the guys behind Godfrey Daniels Coffee House. And Godfrey Daniels Coffee House is a real throwback. It's like the coffee houses of the 60s and 70s because it was a coffee house in the 70s. And I'm not sure if it's there in the 60s. And it's still running today. How they keep it going, I don't know, but it's a wonderful venue. And Dave runs that, and he has also been a performer all these years, and he does a lot of great children's music and children's shows, and music for grown-ups as well. So Dave and I are going to do this show together, and part of it is that we're going to do a tribute to Bill Staines at the end of it. And we've dug up a couple tunes each, so it's going to be about an hour worth of concert, and the last 20 minutes or so will be Bill Staines tunes. And I'm really looking forward to doing that, and looking forward today to getting together with Cliff Cole, who runs that coffee house, and we're going to be down at a recording studio in Philly, Morning Star recording studio, and Humans. They're bringing some vegetarian stew. We're going to play our tunes. We're going to have a great time. So, and then you guys will get to watch it on March 19th, and there will be a link for leaving donations, and those donations will go to the Percy Patchworks Coffee House, which is we're just getting a flat fee for this. So the more money you give them, the better on that day. But I'll talk more about that as we get closer to the day. Today I am me, and I'm here. Monday, tomorrow, I'll be on at 3 p.m. for a usual show. There might be a couple requests that I don't get to today, which might get punched out into tomorrow, or they might not. We'll see. And on Tuesday, I just was texting with Cozy Sheridan. She'll be up in Bozeman visiting Charlie Koch's relatives. Cozy and Charlie will be there. But they're going to do a live stream on Tuesday morning from Bozeman, so it should be great. I will hope to be able to hear it. And on Wednesday, I'll be back at 3 p.m., and then I'll tell you about what goes on after that on Wednesday, although spoiler alert is that Alex Bevan will probably be on Thursday at 3:30. Okay, that's enough announcements. We did that. So I'm going to do a medley for this next one, and what this does is allows me to cover two tunes. And they're a good match for each other. They're both, I believe, American songs, although this first one is also considered a UK song now, I think. In America, it's called Simple Gifts, and it was a Shaker hymn. And in the UK, it's called The Lord of the Dance, and it's actually a Christmas song. And from what I've read, maybe somebody can Google this while we're talking here, that whoever wrote the words that made it The Lord of the Dance took the Shaker hymn. So in other words, it didn't originate in the UK, it originated in the United States, but I could be wrong. And then the second one, you'll all recognize that. So here we go. So that's Shenandoah, and that was requested by Deb Leiby Clark. And Simple Gifts was requested by John Sprouse. And I'm going to do one more song for you, one more philosophical song, which I'd planned to do, but now I would do anyway because my brother Richard requested it. So Phil Oakes, you know, Phil Oakes was a very amazing songwriter, and one of the things about him was that you couldn't just pigeonhole him as a left-wing blah blah blah. You know, he was he wrote the Draft Dodger Rag, which was critical of draft dodgers, as it were. He wrote I Ain't Marching Anymore, which was critical of war. And then he wrote all these beautiful songs like Pleasures of the Harbor and Changes. But he didn't, as far as his songwriting went, he didn't really have a mean bone in his body. He didn't write, somebody, what's his name? Luca Candiato requested, in Europe, I assume in Italy, requested an anti-war song. And he actually requested Masters of War. And now Masters of War, I hate to admit this, but I agree with every word in it, But it is a hateful song, It is a song filled with hate. And that's why I can't perform it. But my self-righteous self wants to stand over their graves until I'm sure that they're dead. So, but Phil could take that kind of topic and turn it into something much more honorable. So. Show me a prison, show me a jail, show me a prison man whose face is growing pale, and I'll show you a young man with many reasons why, and there but for fortune may go you or I. Show me the alley. Show me the train. Show me the hobo who sleeps out in the rain. And I'll show you a young man with many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. Show me the whiskey stains on the floor. Show me the drunken man as he stumbles out the door. And I'll show you a young man with so many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. Show me the country where the bombs had to fall. Show me the ruins of the buildings once so tall. And I'll show you a young land with many reasons why. And there but for fortune may go you or I. Or I. There But for Fortune by Phil Oakes, which touches peripherally on current events. So I think we'll do we'll just do a kind of folk mantra today. I want to thank you all for joining me. I'm always happy to see you all. We had a pretty good crowd here, and lots of familiar faces. Pierre Bastide, how are you doing, man? And Tom Coquette's here, and Connie Copy, and thank you for all the kind things you're saying about the CD. Thank you very much. And who else am I missing here? Lauren Payne. I think I got most of you. Kate Petrella. I might be repeating some names, but just in case, rather than miss somebody. So Mark Steele. Mike Carr in Malibu. Aren't you the hotshot? Hope you're doing well out there, Mike. Let's do this. I got the Reverend over my shoulder here. Got Sarah Steele's painting behind me. You can just see over my right shoulder, way back there on the wall. That's the pictures of me with Steve Mann. And there's a bunch of other pictures there, but you can't see those. Those are too little. Okay, here we go. be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. So I noticed the other day, Alex was doing his concert and he attributed "If you get cranky, take a nap" to me. I've stolen it from him. I got it. He did it first, and now he's saying I did it, so I'll take any credit I can get. Okay, thank you all for listening. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow if you stop by at 3 p.m.